Okay, welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take your sources, that stack of material you send over, and really dig in to find the most important takeaways. Today, we're diving into something that probably doesn't get a lot of headlines, but it's critical for public safety. We're talking about commercial kitchen fire prevention. We've got a certification, some company info, training materials, and we're going to use these to explore just how big this issue is and honestly, the very specific expertise needed to handle it. And just to set the stage, here's a number for you. In 2022, there were 9,800 fires reported in restaurants and bars across the country. And that's actually up noticeably from about 9,000 the year before that.
Yeah, and it's important to remember those aren't just like abstract numbers. Each one of those incidents is a potential disaster, right? It can mean a business shutting down, employees losing jobs, definite risks to staff and customers, sometimes even losing a community hub. The ripple effects go way beyond just the fire damage itself.
That's a really powerful point, puts it in perspective. And that's exactly why we're going deep today into this whole world of commercial kitchen exhaust cleaning, fire safety. And we'll be guided by the work of Jonathan Campos and his company, Fight Kitchen Fires, Ltd. Co. They seem to be right in the thick of it. So those numbers again, 9,800 fires in 2022 in eating and drinking places. It's not just property damage, like you said, it's livelihood, safety. But what's really striking is how often this danger seems to be, well, hidden in plain sight. There's this quote here from a restaurant owner anonymously saying, "I didn't know I had grease on my roof. No one ever told me. How do I fix it?"
Wow. Yeah, that quote really nails it, doesn't it? It shows this huge blind spot, even for the people running the place day in and day out. You have to wonder why something so basic, so potentially dangerous, just gets missed. I think it's probably a mix of things, Focus is often on the front of house, what customers see, maybe a lack of specialized knowledge from, say, general maintenance folks. And let's be honest, sometimes it's just companies cutting corners on cleaning. It makes you ask, right? If owners don't know about grease on the roof, what other maybe less obvious risks are just sitting there in these kitchens?
That's a really crucial point, and that connects directly to why this should matter to you listening right now. Maybe you just like eating out, maybe you own a business, or maybe you're just, curious about these complex safety systems that kind of run in the background. It's about understanding the invisible infrastructure that keeps things safe.
Exactly. And that's really where a company like Fight Kitchen Fires, Ltd. Co. comes into the picture. Based on the sources, their whole mission is about being a trusted partner in commercial kitchen fire safety. They focus on consulting, helping owners, managers, whoever, stay compliant, and fundamentally prevent fires. It's about protecting the business, but also staying ahead of the risks proactively.
And the founder, Jonathan Campos, his background is, it's pretty serious. He's a retired U.S. Air Force assistant fire chief, over 20 years of service. That's not just about putting out fires, right? That implies a deep understanding of prevention, emergency response codes, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, absolutely. And his credentials really back that up. It's one thing to fight fires, but he's also got certifications like Master Fire Inspector, Incident Safety Officer, Fire Marshal, even Fire Service Chief Executive Officer. So he can inspect for hazards, manage an emergency scene safely, enforce the codes, and lead at a high level. It's a really complete picture of fire safety expertise.
And interestingly, on top of all that fire expertise, he also has an MBA and a graduate certificate in business development and sales management. That seems like a slightly unusual combination.
It does, but it actually makes perfect sense for what he's doing. His whole approach seems to be about bridging that gap, between the technical fire safety stuff and the practical realities of running a business. He uses education, advocacy, consulting, trying to get everyone, the authorities, the cleaning companies, the kitchen owners on the same page. So he gets the fire science and he gets the business side, the operational challenges, the financial implications. He's not just pointing out problems, he's helping integrate solutions.
Okay, let's dig into that expertise a bit more. He holds a specific certification, Certified Exhaust Cleaning Specialist, CECS. That's from IKECA, the International Kitchen Exhaust Cleaning Association. And this isn't just like a weekend course, right? It signifies deep knowledge of the cleaning process itself, fire safety principles, and importantly, the codes. NFPA 96 is mentioned specifically.
Right, and that IKECA certification, it really highlights that this isn't just janitorial work. There's a real science to it. NFPA 96, that's basically the rule book, the standard for fire safety in commercial cooking. And the fact that his certification needs annual renewal, his is number 20563, valid until June 2026. That shows it's an ongoing commitment to staying current. It's not static knowledge.
And this commitment feeds directly into their services, it seems. Fight Kitchen Fires has this knowledge exchange platform.
Yeah, they offer a whole range of courses, things like commercial kitchen exhaust cleaning, requirements, design, and deliverables, which sounds pretty comprehensive. But also practical stuff like kitchen exhaust cleaning business basics, and even niche topics like cleaning for food trucks.
And something that really jumped out at me, they offer courses in Spanish too. Operaciones técnicas para trabajador and Abre tu negocio de limpieza de campanas. That feels really important for accessibility, making sure this vital safety info reaches, a wider group of people working in the industry.
Absolutely. That's huge. And it speaks to raising the standards across the board. Campos isn't just doing the work, he's actively training others, preparing them for industry certifications, including ICACA's. And there's this anecdote in the source material. Apparently, he uncovered a federal contractor trying to fake it, passing off cleaning work that wasn't complete, wasn't up to code.
Wow. So he's acting almost like an industry watchdog then. That's a concrete example of why this expertise and sticking to the rules isn't just bureaucratic box ticking. It's about preventing actual fraud and potentially real danger.
Exactly. It really underscores the need for, well, accountability in this field. And it shows why good, detailed, accessible training is so fundamentally important. Because when corners get cut here, the risk of fire just goes way up. It's a direct link.
So bringing it back to you, the listener, what does all this mean? Whether you're just enjoying a meal out or you're running a kitchen yourself, this dedication to training to standards, it creates that layer of safety. It's mostly invisible. You never see the ducts getting clean, but it's there, protecting public spaces, protecting businesses. It's that unseen network, keeping things running safely.
All right, so that wraps up our deep dive into this often overlooked corner of safety, commercial kitchen fire prevention. We've seen just how common these fires are, the kind of specialized knowledge needed to actually prevent them effectively, and the vital role people like Jonathan Campos and companies like Fight Kitchen Fires play in, well, raising the bar and filling those knowledge gaps.
Yeah, it really makes you think about all the specialized expertise that's out there working behind the scenes in so many areas, just keeping things safe and compliant. It's kind of this huge unseen system we rely on.
And that leaves us with something for you to maybe chew on. What other invisible safety nets like this exist in our daily lives, things we just take for granted? And what happens? What are the hidden consequences when that specialized knowledge, that expertise, isn't valued or maybe gets overlooked? Something to think about.